Lesson 29. As. Not as. Not so, as. Thames. America. Is the table as high as the door?
No, the table isn't as high as the door, it's lower than the door.
Is this building as high as Mount Everest?
No, this building isn't as high as Mount Everest, it's lower than Mount Everest.
Is the River Thames as long as the Nile?
No, the River Thames isn't as long as the Nile, it's shorter than the Nile.
Is Spain as large as South America?
No, Spain isn't as large as South America, it's smaller than South America.
Season. Spring. Summer. Autumn. Winter. Tell me the names of the 4 seasons of the year, please.
The names of the 4 seasons of the year are spring, summer, autumn and winter.
What season are we in now?
We're in winter now.
What was last season?
Last season was autumn.
What will next season be?
Next season will be spring.
Proceed. Follow. Which day precedes Wednesday?
Tuesday precedes Wednesday.
Does Thursday precede Wednesday?
No, Thursday doesn't precede Wednesday, it follows it.
Which number follows the number 13?
14 follows the number 13.
Do the students precede the teacher out of the classroom after the lesson?
No, the students don't precede the teacher out of the classroom after the lesson, they follow him.
Does the teacher precede the students into the classroom before the lesson?
No, the teacher doesn't precede the students into the classroom before the lesson, he follows them.
When? When do you have your breakfast?
I have my breakfast at 8 o'clock in the morning.
When does the lesson begin?
The lesson begins at 2:30.
When do you get up in the morning?
I get up at 7 o'clock in the morning.
While. Whilst. What other words can we use instead of whereas?
We can use while and whilst instead of whereas.
Which word do we use the most when we speak?
We generally use whereas the most when we speak.
Old. New. Is this an old building we're in at the moment?
Yes, this is an old building we're in at the moment.
Are your shoes new?
No, my shoes aren't new, they're old.
Older than. Newer than. Is your blouse older than your shoes?
No, my blouse isn't older than my shoes, it's newer than my shoes.
The oldest. The newest. What's the newest thing you're wearing?
My hat is the newest thing I'm wearing.
Old. Young. What's the difference between new and young?
The difference between new and young is that we use new for things, whereas we use young for people.
Is Miss Brown an old woman?
No, Miss Brown isn't an old woman, she's a young girl.
Younger than. Are you older than your mother?
No, I'm not older than my mother, I'm younger than my mother.
The youngest. Who's the youngest in your family?
My brother is the youngest in my family.
Put on. Take off. Go out. What am I doing?
You're putting your hand on the table.
What am I doing?
You're taking your hand off the table.
What am I doing?
You're putting your hat on.
What am I doing?
You're taking your hat off.
What do we put on when we go out in winter?
We put our hats and coats on when we go out in winter.
What do we take off when we come into a building?
We take our hats and coats off when we come into a building.
Lesson 30. Holiday. Christmas. Easter. What are the 2 most important holidays of the year in Europe?
The two most important holidays of the year in Europe are Christmas and Easter.
When's Christmas?
Christmas is on the 25th of December.
When's Easter?
Easter's in spring, either in March or in April.
Full. Empty. Is this box empty?
No, that box isn't empty, it's full.
Are your pockets full of money?
No, my pockets aren't full of money.
Is your stomach empty after a large meal?
No, my stomach isn't empty after a large meal, it's full.
Are the streets full of people during the night?
No, the streets aren't full of people during the night, they're empty during the night.
Moon. Star. Can we see the sun in the sky during the night?
No, we can't see the sun in the sky during the night, but we can see the moon and the stars.
What colour's the moon?
The moon's the colour of silver.
Can we count the stars?
No, we can't count the stars.
Subject. Mathematics. History. Geography. Of these three subjects, mathematics, history and geography, which do you like the most?
Of those three subjects, mathematics, history and geography, I like history the most.
About how many subjects must children generally study at school?
Children must generally study about 10 subjects at school.
Do you like the subject of mathematics?
No, I don't like the subject of mathematics.
Wash. Dress. Soap. Shampoo. What do we do when we get up in the morning?
We wash and dress when we get up in the morning.
Do you dress before washing?
No, I don't dress before washing. I wash before dressing.
What do we wash our hands with?
We wash our hands with soap and water.
What do we wash our hair with?
We wash our hair with shampoo.
Hot. Warm. Cool. Cold. Finland. One of the. Is it hot in Finland?
No, it isn't hot in Finland. It's cold.
Is it warm in autumn?
No, it isn't warm in autumn. It's cool.
Is it hotter in winter than in summer?
No, it isn't hotter in winter than in summer. It's colder in winter than in summer.
Which is one of the hottest countries in the world?
India is one of the hottest countries in the world.
Which is one of the coldest countries in the world?
Finland is one of the coldest countries in the world.
Is it as hot in Scandinavia as in Spain?
No, it isn't as hot in Scandinavia as in Spain. It's colder in Scandinavia than in Spain.
Taste. What am I doing?
You're tasting your finger.
Do you like the taste of tea without sugar?
No, I don't like the taste of tea without sugar.
What do we taste with?
We taste with our tongues.
As many as much as. What's the difference between as many as and as much as?
The difference between as many as and as much as is that we use as many as for things we can count, and as much as for things we can't count.
Have I got as many fingers on my left hand as on my right?
Yes, you've got as many fingers on your left hand as on your right.
Do you eat as much food for dinner as you do for lunch?
No, I don't eat as much food for dinner as I do for lunch. I eat less food for dinner than I do for lunch.
Have we got as many feet as fingers?
No, we haven't got as many feet as fingers. We've got fewer feet than fingers.
Do you drink as much fruit juice as water?
No, I don't drink as much fruit juice as water. I drink less fruit juice than water.
Do you think you read as many books as your mother?
No, I don't think I read as many books as my mother. I think I read fewer books than my mother.